good to hear the choir and to see so many people come out to celebrate with such a great leader. As mentioned, I'm General Wallace of the 88th Readiness Division. Garfield family members, honored guests, community members, thank you so much for your attendance. I want to say a special thank you to the Garfield family, and so many of you are here today. It's so important that we promote and teach our history. And I want to thank the Lakeview Foundation and Association as well for this well-preserved, beautiful mausoleum here. Without you, we would have nothing to show the next generation of what great leadership and citizens that we have in the United States. So I want to say thank you for that. I'm honored to be here today on behalf of our U.S. President, Donald J. Trump, to honor President James A. Garfield on the 188th anniversary of his birth. Only a week after Veterans Day, it is worth mentioning from the onset that President Garfield was a veteran. He served with distinction as a young brigade commander in the Union Army, and later, after a war, achieved the rank of Major General. President Garfield was best known as an outstanding student, debater, and orator, blessed with the gift of influence and persuasion. He was more than a politician. He was an extraordinary leader, citizen, and civil servant. In addition to being president, during the course of his life, he would also work as a teacher, a congressman, college president, lawyer, preacher, and military officer. In the summer of 1861, shortly after the onset of the American Civil War, he was commissioned as a lieutenant colonel, and eventually and prominently won victories in Middle Creek, Kentucky, where the 42nd Ohio Volunteer Infantry Regiment consisted of many men that knew him. That says a lot about his leadership when someone would follow you into a voluntary organization to go to war. Despite his lack of experience, military experience, he proved to be an exceptional and effective leader. In November of 1861, his brigade defeated the Confederate forces by pushing them out of eastern Kentucky at Paintsville and Prestonburg. President Garfield was a strategic thinker. His ingenious positioning of the troops and his units on the battlefield brought him national attention, and promotion soon followed. At the end of the war, Garfield held the rank of Major General and was a nationally respected leader. While he was still in the Army, President Garfield Mr. Garfield at the time made his first run at political office and was elected in Congress in 1862, going on to serve 9 consecutive terms. Perhaps one of the most interesting facts about the 20th president is that he came to the office of the presidency reluctantly. He did not seek it. Rather, his ascension came as a result of a deadlock between candidates in his own party. The delegates, in a surprise move, chose Garfield as the party's dark horse presidential nominee. Wisconsin delegates broke the deadlock, and soon thereafter, Senator Garfield received the nomination of the Republican Party. As I was doing research and reflecting on our history, I started to think, why was that? He wasn't a career politician. It was really controversy at that time during the election process. And I was thinking, why did they choose President Garfield? Perhaps the reason was he was chosen that he was a selfless servant who best represented the interests of all Americans, and people loved him. And they loved him because he served others and put others before himself. After winning the general election, 3 months later, in July, President Garfield was shot by a disgruntled constituent. He died less than 3 months later. The nation suffered a great loss. We've lost a great leader. We sometimes forget, and popular history tends to ignore, but James A. Garfield was an extraordinary, accomplished, and inspirational man loved by many people. His example stands before all of us. He's loved by the people, and he guided the war not for his own aspirations, but for the nation. President James A. Garfield was truly an American hero. On behalf of President Trump, I want to thank all of you for the opportunity to share these thoughts today. May we look at President Garfield as a man that led his life selflessly and leave here richer and inspired to answer the calling to serve when the time comes. Thank you.